Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD as usual, and we are trending to the downside. It's a significant dollar strength at the moment. We have broken through some weekly structure, and you can see there is the level we've got drawn in from the last couple of weeks, which is 103600. But at the same time, you can see that's the swing low that we had. And if we just continue going to the left, you'll see we are finding some support off some more weekly structure. So if we just get back to the 8-hour, there is nothing here indicating an opportunity to get in. There may be some sort of a micro level here. In this area, oscillators group the downside. You don't want to be jumping in short here. You want to be jumping in short higher up. So if you look at the 1 hour, you can see there is a 1 hour fractal there. Oscillator separating. Looks like a bit of a flag forming as well. This is lining up with what's happening on the DAX as well. So I would expect a retest of at least 102.365 for another move to the downside. And that move to the downside is going to be something along the lines of that. So there was our first move down. Here's our consolidation. And then we're looking for a move down to roughly 101.238. So that's kind of the view that we've got at the moment. Just bear in mind there is a lot of data coming out today and tomorrow. So we may just continue in this flag holding type pattern until the data comes out, and then it's going to get quite volatile. So we'll have to just wait for that data to come out, wait for the first 50 minutes after the data's out, and then start looking at what the charts are telling us. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen, still very much in this consolidation triangle, very typical of when data is coming out for that may impact the dollar. And if you look at yesterday's price action, you can see sideways, day before was sideways, and now we're going sideways again, above and below the moving averages, between these two trend lines. Until we break this triangle one way or another, I am sitting on the sides, not interested in trading that. Moving on to British pound Japanese yen, kind of a similar picture. We are finding some messy support in this area at 161.806. We've got a crossover brewing here. I think if we just get down to the hour, it should give you a little bit more structure. So on the hour, you can see we are in downward trends. So yesterday, nothing really happened. Big down, big up, big down, big up. So nothing really going on there. If we break above this area here, could be a mini reversal. Which is 162.607. We'll find some support there. Then you're looking to target, and this is really messy, but that's kind of the area that I think we would be targeting. So really a small trade. It's not something that I'd want to be chasing. What you may see on the 15-minute is you may see some different structure here, and for the moment, still below the 155 EMA. So I think what you're looking for is a break and retest of 161.806 for a short. I don't think I want to be chasing these moves to the upside. They're too close. So I think rather pay attention to, let's start at the top here. So you're looking for a rejection of 163.287 or 163.039. Or alternatively 162.607. So if you get rejection off there, there's an opportunity to short. Alternatively, if you start dropping below, there's a couple of levels here that you need to pay attention to. Always the problem. Yeah, just line up that swing low. It lines up with everything. So you're looking for a clear break of 161.566, and that should give you an opportunity to move or continue moving to the downside. Targets are going to be a little bit messy, but let's just see if we can pick one up. I would say something in the area of 168.17. This is really messy. You can see with these tails. So you may get a bigger, I prefer a bigger pullback and a rejection up here for another attempt to the downside. But you know, if you do break here, you can probably just top down to 15-minute chart and pay attention to that. So it's kind of a messy trade, to be honest, but there is something there that you can look at. Moving on to Euro British Pound, and this has been pretty much rock solid this week. So even though if you look at it on the 8 hour, it's been kind of messy, but we're playing this megaphone, and you break structure, you look for your targets to the megaphone, and you can see yesterday we were looking at these areas here. So we were looking at this swing low at 0.85962. Look at the pin bar that formed. Pretty much a straightforward trade. Into on the break of the pin bar, stop above the pin bar. 9 times out of 10 those play out when you see a pin bar like this with a tail that long with such a small body. And you can see it played out right the way down to the bottom of the megaphone. So if the megaphone breaks to the downside, then you have the height of the megaphone move to the downside potential. But as I said, there's data, and this is messy on the bigger time frame. So I'd want to see a pullback before looking for another short. So let's just look at the logic here. There are a few areas to pay attention to. So that's the first area. You can see there's my swing lows. And then there is another solid bit of structure. Whoops. Got that line in the wrong place. So I'm going to just put another 2 lines in here because it is fairly clear. So there's my first swing low. Okay, you can see it kind of matches over there. That hasn't been tested. And then this swing low here, which is kind of been tested at the moment. So I'd want to see a move to 0.85510. Get up there, and then you have potential for a move down, but then you need to watch to see what should happen. It should start tracking this trend line and then drop below it, come and retest it, and that would be another signal. If we get above this structure, then you're looking at this area here. So that would be 0.85771 or 0.85744. So you're looking for a rejection there, probably a better bet to try and find a rejection up there, because you've got a trend line here as well. So reject there, stop above the previous swing high of yesterday, and you're anticipating a break below the low of yesterday, which would then also break this megaphone formation. Break that megaphone formation is going to be fairly interesting because it also breaks a trend. There's a big trend line here that's broken, and there's another daily one which is about to be broken as well. You just need to tie up all these fractals here and you'll see what I'm talking about. And if you drop down to the weekly, you'll see that is a weekly rejection of the 155 that is brewing, big engulfing bar that has taken out 3 weeks of gains and oscillators group to the upside. Everything here is pointing to another leg down, and a pretty aggressive leg down. Now you understand one thing, we're in an area of weekly support and has been there since 2016. So could be a really volatile and extreme move to the downside that is brewing. So pay attention to it. It's something I've been waiting for quite some time. Anyway, that's it for me today. I hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.